In 1995, Disney Pixar broke ground in Hollywood with the first fully computer animated feature film, Toy Story. It not only set the standard for animated films, but also kicked off the rise in fully CGI films across the industry. Not only was it a financial success, but it also garnered the hearts of critics back then, as they do to this day, even with its fourth installment, Toy Story 4, boasting a 97% and 94% critic and audience score respectively. Which brings up the question, why? Some of the reason why the original was highly regarded was the breakthrough in fully CGI films in the industry. And as time goes by, through subsequent installments, sure, it looks better every time, but there comes a point of diminishing returns where at some point, the visuals don't even matter. And there has to be something else that pushes the film to keep getting praised, from critics to industry veterans and the casual viewer. What is it? The answer is story. Sure, Pixar set the bar in terms of computer-generated imagery, but they also set the standard in terms of storytelling. They could have easily released the first fully CGI film with a weak story, but they didn't. They released a story with passion, a story with heart. They released Toy Story. Our central characters are toys, and they have the attributes of what makes a toy. But the caveat is that they show emotion. They experience happiness and sadness. They are human. Toy Story tells a story of toys going through the motion of life, telling stories about themes of friendship, growing up and moving on, aspects of life that we go through in our own livelihoods, but through the plastic eyes of our main characters Buzz and Woody, using toys to tell familiar stories that we've been through, or even going through right now. In an excerpt from Robert McKee's award-winning book, Story, Style, Structure, Substance, and the Principles of Screenplay Writing, he says, "A story is not only what you have to say, but how you say it. We shape the telling to fit the substance and rework the substance to support the design." This is why Toy Story works so well the way it does in not only children, but even adults and parents as well, using animation and familiarity as a vehicle to tell toy stories. Toy Story tells the story of friendship, in this case, the developing friendship of Buzz and Woody. Toy Story 2 tells the story of the meaning of growing up, whether we want it or not. Toy Story 3 tells the story of acceptance of new life. And finally, the latest release in the franchise, Toy Story 4 tells the story of looking back to look forward to what the characters we've come to know and love want as a toy and learning to move on. Each of these 4 stories tells a familiar tale, no matter your age and no matter your background. Toy Story gives life to the lifeless, breathes the humanity we evoke, and animates the inanimated.